Welcome to the Saxon Math Course 3, Lesson 105, Starred Problems. Now, the first starred problem in Lesson 105 is question 5 and 6, which talk about a scale model of a pyramid. It asks to find the volume of the pyramid, and it gives us a base with sides 6 and 6 and a height of 4. The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the base area times the height. Well, 1/3 of 6 is 2. Times 6 times 4. 2 times 6 is 12, times 4 is 48, which will give us 48 cubic meters. Now, we're told that the scale model is 1 to 38 for its dimensions, and it wants to know about the ratio of the surface area between the model and the real thing. Well, the ratio of areas is the scale factor squared, so we just need to do 38 squared. So we're going to write 38 times 38. Now 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 6 is 30. We drop a 0 as we move to the tens place. 3 times 8 is 24. And 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, which will give us 4, 4, 4, 1, or 1,444 times larger. That's pretty big. Now, question 7 gives us a equation for the price of a pizza. It says the price of the pizza is $10 plus $1 for every topping. It says graph this and find what coordinate represents a 4-topping pizza. All right. Now, as we're working through this, y is equal to 1 times x plus 10. 1 times 0 is 0, plus 10 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1, plus 10 is 11. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 10 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 10 is 13. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 10 is 14. Now, when we graph this, 0, 10 is here, 1, 11 will be right here, 2, 12 will be right here, 3, 13 will be right here, and 4, 14 will be right here. And this is a 4-topping pizza. And its price. Our next question is question number 9. Now, it says that the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all placed in a hat. If two numbers are drawn without replacement, what is the probability that both numbers drawn are less than 3? Well, first let's look at which numbers are less than 3. We've got 1 and 2. Now, the probability of getting a 1 or a 2 is 2 out of 8, because there are two numbers and 8 total. Once we've drawn one of them, only one of the other numbers is left, so it would be 1 out of 7. Now, 2 over 8 can be simplified to 1/4 by dividing the top and the bottom by 2. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 7 is 28. Now, if there was replacement, it would be 2 over 8 times 2 over 8, which would be 1/4 times 1/4, or 1/16. Part C says, how do these two probabilities compare? Well, remember that a fraction is smaller when the denominator is larger, and 28 is bigger than 16, which means that 1/28 is smaller than 1/16. So 1/16 is greater than 1/28. A circle is divided into 5 congruent sectors. This is for problem number 10. What is the measurement of one arc? Well, a circle has 360 degrees in total, and if we divide it into 5 sectors, we're just going to get 360 divided by 5. Now, 360 divided by 5 is 72 degrees. We're then told that the diameter of the circle is 10 inches. Find the length of the arc to the nearest inch. Arc length is pi times diameter, or circumference, divided by the number of sectors. Well, pi is 3.14. The diameter is given as 10, so 3.14 times 10 divided by 5. 3.14 times 10 is 31.4. And if we have 31.4 divided by 5, since we're rounding to the nearest inch, that's going to be about 6 inches. So you can see here, 31.4 divided by 5, it's going to be about 6 inches. If you want to see the exact number, 31.4, if we were to divide by 5, you'd get 6 here as 30, and then you have 1.4, 6.2, and 6.2 rounds down to 6. All right. Our next star problem is problem 11. A carnival game is played in a way that you throw a pebble in a bucket with a triangle. You must select before you throw the pebble whether you want the pebble to land inside or outside of the triangle first. Now, which one would you choose? Well, we're given some dimensions. We are able to find the area of the triangle by finding 1/2 times 8 times 8. Half of 8 is 4, and 4 times 8 is 32. The area of the circle is, it has a diameter of 10, so a radius of 5. 5 squared is 25. 25 times pi. We can say that that's going to be about 75. Now, when we're making the choice between whether we want the pebble to land inside or outside of the triangle, we should be comparing the area of the triangle to the area of the circle. If the area of the triangle is half of the circle or more, then we want to choose inside of the triangle because it's more than half of the space. If it's less than half of the space, it would be better to choose outside the triangle. Now, half of 75 is going to be 37.5, and 32 is less than 37. So we are going to choose outside the triangle. Because the area of the triangle is less than half of the circle. Now, Jenna pedaled 24 miles to the lake and averaged 8 miles per hour. On the return trip, she averaged 12 miles per hour. What was her average speed for the trip? Well, if we're going 24 miles at 8 miles per hour, if we divide 24 by 8, we find that she was biking for 3 hours. If we go 24 miles at 12 miles an hour, if we divide 24 by 12, it means it took 2 hours. Now, if she took a total of 5 hours, we can do 24 plus 24 over 3 plus 2, which will give us 48 divided by 5. Now, 48 divided by 5. 5 can go into 48 9 times as 45, which will give 3. Bring down a 0 and pull up a decimal place. 5 can go into 36 times, or 9.6 miles per hour. Now, our next star problem is question 21. Question 21 says that this person would like to bring her average golf score to 99. Her 3-round average is 103. What does she need to average in the next 4 rounds to have a 7-round average of 99? Well, let's set it up. if she has a 3-round average of 103, that means in those 3 rounds, she totaled 309 points. If she wants to have a 99-round average in 7 rounds, then we should do 7 times 99, which is 693. Now, that means that in these next 4 rounds, she needs to get a certain number of points. We can find that number of points by subtracting 309 from 693. Now, we'll need to borrow, and we'll get 384. Now, to find the average of each round, we can then divide 384 by the 4 rounds she's going to spend getting those points. Now, 4 can go into 38 9 times as 36. Eight minus 6 is 2. Bring down the 4. 24. 4 can go into 24 6 times, which means she would need to get a 96-point average in each of these next 4 rounds. Our last starred problem is question number 22. Question number 22 gives us a sequence. It says 5, 12, 19, 26. First, we need to describe the rule. Now, we're having a steady increase here. From 5 to 12 is plus 7. From 12 to 19 is plus 7. And from 19 to 26 is plus 7. That means that the rule here is add 7 to the previous number. To find the next 3 terms in the sequence, we need to add 7 first to 26, which will give us 33. 33 plus 7 is 40, and 40 plus 7 is 47. Which of these equations will generate the sequence? We need to plug in 1, 2, and 3 to see if we get the right one for each of these. Now we have n plus 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 2 plus 7 is 9. 3 plus 7 is 10, which means that A is not the correct answer. Now, our next option is a sub n equals 7 times n plus 2. Well, 1 times 7, 7 plus 2 is 9. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 2 is 16. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 is 23. This is also not the sequence that we're given. Now, our next one is a sub n equals 7n minus 2. 7 times 1 is 7, minus 2 is 5. 2 times 7 is 14, minus 2 is 12. And 3 times 7 minus 2 is 19. This is our sequence. So C would be our answer. Just to check and make sure that D isn't also correct, 1 times 7 is 7 plus 5 is 13. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 5 is 19. Or sorry, this should be a 12. And 3 times 7 is 21, plus 5 is 26. Now, this is similar, but is missing our first digit from the beginning of this, so D is incorrect. All right, this finishes up our starred problems for the day. Stay safe, stay inside, and do your homework.